Welcome to Disabled Expectations. When you're a dad raising a child with a disability, nothing is as you planned. These are the raw, honest stories of dads whose lives changed the day they heard a diagnosis and who continue to show up, adapt, and fight for their families every day. This isn't about lowering expectations, it's about redefining them. I'm Andy, and this is Disabled Expectations. Well, thanks for joining us. I am really excited about this episode. I've got my man Dan with me tonight. And Dan, I'm excited that you're here, but man, one of the best, game recognizes game, one of the best mustaches that I know and I look up to. So Dan,
Well,
thanks
I
so much.
appreciate that. That means a lot coming from you and your mustache, so I appreciate it.
The length that you have yours and the time that you've had it is impressive because
Mm-hmm.
I'm married too, and I can only get away with it, for it's like days. It's like 32 days, I think, is the average, and then it's like time's up. You're going the distance.
Yeah, well, I actually talked to Melissa about shaving it the other day, and she was like, "No, keep it. I like it." I'm like, "Oh, all right."
You're like, that is the best thing I've heard. I love that. And we're obviously going to get into your family, but Mikey, does he still have a mustache too?
He's still got the stash. Yep. Everyone that sees it says, "Don't shave it. Let it grow."
Yeah,
So,
it's so
yeah,
perfect.
yeah, he likes it. So,
It
he
just,
actually grew his first, and I was like, "That looks pretty good. I think I'm gonna grow a mustache."
oh,
So,
okay. All right. I didn't realize that. I like that.
yeah.
Father-son duo with the mustache. Man, my dad, I don't want to, I don't want to take this, down a sad route, but my dad, we just celebrated I think it was his 76th birthday. He's in heaven now, but
Okay.
he had a mustache every day of his life and he curled it and he had the
Oh,
handlebar mustache
yeah.
and it was like famous. Like everybody knew it. I mean, he did it every day. It takes some work.
Oh, yeah. You gotta wax it and everything. And I
Mm-hmm.
used to work with a guy that had a mustache like that.
Really.
Yeah.
Everybody thought he, sang in a quartet or something with
Hmm.
the way he might have. But anyways, I always appreciate the mustache. But that is not what I want to talk about. Even though you are killing it, I want to talk about you and your family, specifically your son, Mikey. So why don't we kick things off and just tell me briefly a little bit about your family?
Okay. Well, I'm married to Melissa. We've been married for 25 years.
Okay.
We have two boys, Joey and Mikey. Joey's 25. Mikey is 23. Uh, Joey lives down in Florida now. Mikey, of course, is with us. Will
Yeah.
be for the, you know, foreseeable future. So, but yeah, that's about it, I guess.
Okay. And how long has Joey been in Florida? Is that a new thing?
yeah, pretty new. About 5 or 6 months, I think. Yeah,
Gotcha.
so
Okay.
he moved down there just in the early fall, so he missed all the really hot summer heat down there. He hasn't done that yet, so
Yeah.
we'll see how he does with that once he's down there.
So so he could be back
Yeah,
anytime.
we'll see.
It's gonna happen. That's awesome. So you said Joey's 25, Mikey's 23.
Yeah.
All right. How old? I don't know if you can do the math. How old were you when you got married?
Uh, well, I was 1 month from turning 30, so I was
Okay.
29 technically.
All right. Wow. And where did you and Melissa meet?
We were actually neighbors in an apartment complex. I lived upstairs from her, and of course, she was downstairs and off to the side a little bit, but we'd run into each other coming to and from work and
Okay.
kind of just started chatting a little bit. And I think what really got her to notice me was it snowed really hard. We didn't have carports or garages or anything. And I was out there brushing my car off one morning. And I knew she was a single girl that lives over there, no one to brush her car off for her. So I brushed it
Yeah.
off. And somehow one of the neighbors saw me doing it and told her, oh,
Woo!
yeah, that was that guy. So that's all it took. Here I am
That's all
25
it
years later. I'm married.
Are you still brushing the snow off her car?
Yeah, pretty much.
All right. That's what I'm talking
Yeah,
about.
gotta do it. Gotta do it.
That's awesome. Sometimes it's just a little act of service, right? Like,
Yeah.
no big deal. So you didn't have to have any like pickup lines or do anything?
No,
I mean,
not really. Well, at the time, neither one of us was living for the Lord.
oh, okay.
So we started out our relationship going to the bar together and drinking,
Oh.
having fun, dancing and drinking, doing karaoke, and
Okay.
so that's how we really got to know each other.
Wow. And did
Yeah.
you do that before you like officially liked each other?
Well, I wouldn't do that with somebody I didn't like, I don't think, but
Okay. I just didn't
But
know
we
if you
were.
just like saw her as like just a friend and you're like wanting
Yeah,
to
yeah,
drink.
that's how it started. Yeah, just a neighbor
Okay.
of mine. She seemed cool, so yeah, let's go grab a drink. So
Gotcha.
yeah.
All right. So then how long after you started dating did you propose?
Well, remember we were not living for the Lord, so Joseph is actually about 3 months older than our marriage.
Okay.
So, but once we found out we were pregnant, I decided, okay, well, and this had been we were dating for about a year and a half, 2 years when that happened.
Gotcha.
So
Okay.
when we found out she was pregnant, I asked her to marry me, and she graciously accepted. So,
Yeah.
and then we got married. I don't know, in June, and well, yeah, 3 months after Joey was born.
Okay. You got married 3 months after he was born.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Man. So you said you've said multiple times you weren't living for the Lord, which
No.
obviously for me like sparks my attention, and I just like have to ask more about that because that's an
Sure.
interesting comment to me. I know you now, obviously, and I didn't know you back then. You come to the Bible studies with Certain Hope, and we've gone out to dinner. We've prayed together. I know who you are now, and I love who you are now, and I love that you are crazy about Jesus now. But can you walk us through like what was it that got you to be serious with the Lord?
Well, when I did propose to Melissa, she grew up in a Christian family, and she had walked away for a while, and that's when I met her.
Okay.
But anyways, when I proposed to her, she said, "I will marry you on one condition: we go to church."
Oh, okay.
And I said, "Oh, all right, I could probably do that. That's not what's that, an hour a week out of my life? I could do that." And
I like it. I like how you thought that through. I give you 1 hour a week.
yeah, exactly. That's all it was. I wasn't down on Christians, but I wasn't about that at all.
Right.
And so I can't remember if we started going to church. I think we waited till we got married, and we started going to church together. And there was just one time I was there by myself for some reason. I can't remember why.
Which is interesting, right?
Yeah. I mean, she couldn't make it. It must have been one of the kids was sick, or both of them. Or,
Okay. Which seems like a great excuse for you not to go, but you're
yeah,
there.
Yeah. I think I was actually serving in the church a little bit, just trying to fit in, not really buying the whole thing yet, but trying to be a part of something,
No.
just trying to fit in, be a part of it.
Yeah.
And so I had to be there. But
Oh, man.
I accidentally paid attention to what the pastor was saying that day when I was by myself,
Okay.
and it just clicked. And I was
Wow.
just like, wait a second. wow, how have I not seen this before? Of course, Jesus is real. I mean, it's
Man.
all around me, you know. And I
Yeah.
came home and I was so excited, and I said to Melissa, I said, "Honey, I want to live for the Lord. I want to, from here on out." And I have, for the most part, ups and downs. And she
Right.
was very excited to hear.
Oh man, I can't
I,
imagine how she felt.
oh yeah, she is extremely excited. But I kind of jumped ahead because we were going. She was going when she was pregnant for Joey. Some women from her old church that she grew up at threw her a baby shower, prayed with her, and asked her
Yeah.
when are you gonna come back to Jesus, and she started going to a Bible study with these ladies at that church, which was a different one than we were attending.
Okay.
And every week they were praying for me, and I didn't know that.
Oh man, you
Prayer
were set
definitely
up.
works. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
I love that.
yeah, yeah, and it's just been an awesome ride since. I mean, you know,
Yeah. What do you say? I'm sorry to, if you want me to stop probing, but I just love it. What have you, what do you think has been like for you the biggest change, from what your life was like before you're married and even early married to now
hmm
where you're at, where you're, in my opinion, you're like all out for Jesus.
yeah,
What do you think
yeah.
has been the biggest like change for you?
Uh, I'd like to say it's my selfishness has disappeared, but it hasn't. It's still there. It still pops up.
Yeah,
But my life isn't all about me anymore.
right.
It's it's about God first, and then my family. Um, and prior to Jesus, it was just, you know, what am I going to benefit from this? What do I want to do? What's this going to do for me? Every decision I made was about
Okay.
me and how it would benefit me, and it's not like that anymore.
I love that.
Yeah.
And I would totally agree from what I know. I love it. I love it. Man, it's exciting. And I'm sure we'll come back to some of that, but you know the 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 pass to get on this podcast, which everybody's lined up to get on this podcast, is
hmm
you have to have um, you have to have a child who has a disability. And
Yeah.
so I think this is a good segue. You had Joey 3 months before you were married, and then it was about 3 years later or 2 years later.
2 years later. Yeah.
Okay, you
Mikey
have
was born.
Mikey.
hmm
And so let's start the story with Mikey.
Okay. Well, to start the story with Mikey, I gotta go back to Joey real quick. When he was a
Yeah.
baby, he was about as perfect of a baby as you can have. He slept through the night. He wasn't overly fussy. I mean, and my parents and other people used to tell us, well, you're not gonna get that lucky again. You're never gonna have a baby that good again.
Yep.
And Mikey was the same way when he was born. He was just very calm, happy,
Wow.
slept through the night. Um,
I
just
love it.
just a real joy, and he still is, of course. Um, and then about right around 18 months or so, we just saw some things in him that just kind of made us go, what's that about? Um,
Okay. What do you remember what a couple of those things were? Not that I need all of them, but like
no,
some of the
yeah,
major.
like lining things up, certain objects, just lining
Oh,
them up, and they had to be a certain way, and you
yeah.
couldn't touch it. Um, he lost eye contact with us. We could see him looking at us out of the corner of his eye, but that was how he
Mm,
looked at everything from from the side. He wouldn't look
okay.
straight on, and we're like, what's going on there? And just his um, wasn't talking. which we weren't real concerned about that. We're like, well, every kid's different, you know.
Yep. Yep.
Um,
For sure.
just odd behaviors. He'd be with kids his own age at a table, and they're eating out of their bowl or whatever, and he's pretty much climbing onto the table, grabbing things out of the other bowls, and just not able to follow direction.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that really made us think that something wasn't right.
Did you have anybody that said anything to you about that, or was that just like kind of a you and Melissa thing?
It was a me and Melissa thing for the most part. Some people did say, like, boy, you shouldn't let him get away with that, or you shouldn't let him do that. You know. Like,
Yeah.
we're trying.
Yeah. Thank you
But
for that.
nobody else brought it up. But Melissa would ask her friend. She asked one of her friends one time. She's like, "That's not right, is it?" And she's like, "Yeah, you should probably take him to the doctor."
Oh, okay.
There was one time we were having a birthday party. Joey was born in March. Mikey was born in April. So we
Okay.
combined their birthday parties for their, I think, second and fourth. Or maybe, I don't know. But anyways, and he was up to something. You know, Mikey or Joey was so excited. All his cousins were over at the house, and he's hopping off the walls. He's just,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
Mikey's not looking at everyone. He's just sitting there, you know, looking at his hands.
Mm.
And Melissa said to my mom, something just doesn't seem right. She's like, no, I would be worried if I was you. So other people were noticing,
Okay.
but they wouldn't actually say anything until we brought it up.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, for sure. So when so at what age did you finally say, okay, we're gonna take them in and just see if, you know, doctors are noticing what we're noticing and get their opinion?
It was about when it started, because she started. Of course, I was at work most of the time, so she'd bring him into the doctor by herself. But it started around 18 months, maybe a little bit before then, and the doctor would say, no, everything looks, you know, nothing's wrong with him. Kept going to the same doctor. Nothing to worry about. Kids are different. And finally, one time, the doctor said something to her along the lines of, well, I'm sure if we look hard enough, we can find something wrong if that's what you'd like.
Oh, jeez.
Okay. So we went to a different doctor.
Yeah.
And he observed him for 20 minutes and said, yeah, have you ever heard of autism?
Oh, okay. Wow, isn't that crazy?
He wasn't officially diagnosed then,
but it was was that the first time anyone had said autism to you?
Yeah, and that hadn't dawned on us. We knew one autistic person. Our neighbor's child was autistic. But we're like, he's nothing like her. But you know, kids are kids. Kids are different, and but yeah, that was the first time anyone had used the autism word when talking about.
Wow.
Yeah.
And at what point did you finally get like the official diagnosis? Do you remember that?
It took a while to get the official diagnosis. So I think it took almost, I don't know, it took months. I know that. So he was right around 2 years old or so when he was, and I can't remember if that was the medical diagnosis or the education. It must have been the medical diagnosis. Yeah.
Okay.
He's had, you know, he gets educational diagnosis too. But
yeah,
he was right around 2 years. Yeah.
And what year was that? Do you remember?
2004.
2004.
Yeah.
Because we've learned a lot, you know, about autism in the last 20 years. I mean,
oh yeah,
for sure things
and I want to make it clear that first doctor that they didn't know much back then. I hold no ill will towards that doctor. I mean, they didn't know.
Right.
You know, it wasn't.
Do you remember your response, like your thoughts when you got that diagnosis, and you know how you and Melissa responded to that? Because that's a heavy thing.
Yeah, Um, well, I was saved about 6 months prior to that. So the first
Wow.
thing we did was we prayed together.
I love it.
Um,
Mm.
but when she called me and the doctor had said to her, "Have you ever heard of autism?" and she
Yeah.
called me at work to tell me that, I did not handle it well. I
Okay.
was instantly angry. I worked construction. I punched a hole in the drywall wall that was there, brand new wall.
Wow.
I'm not super strong. I just happened to miss a stud, so it was easy to go through the wall, you know.
Yeah.
But I was angry. I was
Yeah.
angry
Why do you think you were so angry?
because it's not fair. Because
Right.
that's not the way it's supposed to be. Um,
Yeah. Yeah.
why my kid? You know,
That's a fair question
yeah.
for sure.
But
What
then
was
when he was, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Melissa's response?
Uh,
If you were on the side of anger, was she with you or was she?
that was just my split second reaction. But she was on the side of grief
Yeah.
more so than me. Um, and then of course, as soon as the word autism was brought up, she got right on the internet. The doctor asked her to please not do that, so
Right.
she did.
Which is
And
code for I'm gonna do that
yeah,
second I
exactly.
leave.
Yeah. So, and even then, they didn't know much about it on the internet. It was
Right.
so.
Yeah.
But I don't know if I was more angry or scared, to tell you the truth.
Oh. Okay.
It's a pretty scary thing. But I remember us praying together, and the Spirit was with us. I know He was because I prayed. I didn't know any families with disabilities except for our neighbors, and I didn't really know them very well. I just knew they had a kid with autism,
Right.
and I prayed for our relationship. I said,
Mm.
"Please, Lord, don't let this tear us apart."
Wow.
And He answered that prayer. It hasn't,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah. Um. So with autism, I know there's a big spectrum.
Yeah.
You can be on one side or the other. Where does where does Mikey fall on it? Is he more? Would you say severe? Is he more? I mean,
Yeah, he's
I'm not educated enough to be able to know how to describe it. So
sure.
maybe help me
No,
with that.
he's severe. He's on the severe end of it. I I wouldn't say he's nonverbal still, because he does use words, but he
Yeah.
doesn't really use sentences. You can't
Okay.
have a back and forth conversation with
Okay.
him. It took him to the age of 15 to get out of diapers.
Okay.
Um, so yeah, he's pretty severe. He has no spatial awareness. Like, he's a great balancer. I
Oh,
mean, he's very agile, but like if he has to do any fine motor things, it's hard for him,
gotcha.
you know.
Okay. How has this diagnosis impacted your family?
I really think it's brought us closer together, um, for the most part. But I mean,
Yeah.
there's times when we're both grieving his autism. To this, I mean, it still happens to this day.
Right. Yeah, for
Um,
sure.
we grieve the relationship that Michael and Joey missed out on that they would have
Yeah.
had it not been for autism.
Yeah, it's hard to
Um,
think about,
yeah,
like brothers, you
yeah,
know?
yeah, and they love each other to death, but there's only so much interaction they can have. That's you know,
Yeah.
especially when Joey was a little boy and he wasn't getting anything in return.
Right.
Trying his hardest to have Mikey love him, and he didn't think he did because he wasn't reciprocating.
Yeah, and he's not able to show it in the way that you're used to
Yeah,
receiving. That's
Yeah,
gotta be tough, especially you're growing up.
yeah. But now when he sees him, he lights right up. I mean,
Oh,
there's
I
no
love
doubt.
that.
Yeah, Joey's his favorite dude, maybe next to me.
Yeah. Oh, that's so great.
Yeah.
Wow. So walk us through like what you would say is a typical day in the life of Mikey. And what does that look like now that at his stage now?
Yeah. Um, well, he does go to school.
Okay.
He goes to a transition center, so it's more of learning life skills.
Yeah.
And so he gets up in the morning, fights with. I'm already off to work, and he fights with mom about not wanting to get out of bed yet, which is pretty typical for a 23-year-old, I guess. But
Yeah.
um, he'll point at the door and say, "Door." She's
Does
like,
that mean
"No."
like get
That means
out?
get out. Yeah.
Yeah. That's awesome.
um, I've tried it and it doesn't work for me. She stays right where she is. But
But you probably
but
only tried it once.
yeah, just once. I'm a pretty quick learner.
Yeah, you're yeah.
Excuse me. But no, so he gets up for school. She helps him in the morning. He needs help in the shower and
Yeah.
in the bathroom, and she takes care of him, feeds him breakfast. A bus picks him up for school, and he goes to school 5 days a week, uh,
Wow.
regular school full day.
Is that all year
Um,
round or does he have summers
no,
off?
it's summers off.
Okay.
Summers off. That's why summers can be pretty rough for him because he's so out of off
Yeah.
schedule.
Yeah, that
You know.
routine isn't there.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
That's gotta be tough.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, so he goes to school, and they do a variety of things there. They go shopping together. They cook together. They do all this stuff. They go to job sites. He does a couple little jobs once
Okay.
a week,
Great.
supervised. Yeah. And then he gets home before I'm home from work, typically. She gets him off the bus, and the first thing he says is comfy cozies. That
Oh.
means out of my school pants into my jammy pants.
Oh,
Comfy
wow.
cozies, yeah. And it happens as soon as he walks in the door. Sometimes he's walking up to the door and he says comfy cozies. So
Yes.
okay, let's get you comfortable. So he gets home from school and she kind of gets him settled in. He usually ends up on an iPad or his iPhone or something watching YouTube videos. He loves Veggie Tales.
Oh,
To
really?
this day,
Okay.
to this day, he still does. It's fun.
Yeah. Are they coming out with
Anything?
any new Veggie Tales or what?
I don't think so. He watches all the old ones we watched when he was a
Yeah.
young kid. So
It's still like where's my hairbrush?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Come on, let's get some new Veggie Tales. Let's go.
Yeah, you know what? I saw some newer ones and they don't look as good. They don't look the
Oh, really?
same. Yeah.
That's sad.
But he'll end up, or Pixar. All
Okay.
things Pixar and Veggie Tales.
Oh,
That's what he
okay.
loves. And then
Okay.
I get home from work. Sometimes he hears me come home and he comes out of his room and looks at me. Sometimes it's to see if I have anything in my hand that he's interested in, and sometimes oh, Dad's home, okay. Um, and then we just go about our evening. We have dinner together,
Yeah.
the three of us, and then I'm in charge of helping him get to bed. So
Okay.
I help him brush his teeth, use the bathroom, clean up, tuck him in his bed, and
How does he
yeah,
sleep at night?
he sleeps through the night. He sleeps well. The only struggle is sometimes he doesn't want to go to bed, but
Oh.
you know, because I try to get him at bed by 9 at the latest because I have to get up so early in the morning.
Yeah.
Doesn't always work out that way, but you know,
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
yeah.
Wow. So what
And
are
of course,
oh, go ahead. Sorry.
I was just gonna say, of course, there's more than just school too. He does occupational therapy, speech therapy. Melissa's the one that keeps him so busy with all these great things.
Yeah. By the way, Melissa's incredible.
Oh, thank you. I agree.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have to tell you that, but sometimes it's nice to have it officially on the podcast, you know.
Sure. Hmm. No,
My
she is. She's his greatest advocate. He
Yeah,
couldn't have. He could not have a better advocate than Melissa.
I love that. Yeah, obviously, like, our wives know each other, and Laura speaks so highly of Melissa.
Oh,
It's
that's
so
nice.
encouraging. All the
Well,
things that she's doing every single day. Love it. Man.
yeah, yeah. She thinks a lot of Laura too. So,
Oh, it's so great. What
yeah.
are some of the things that, like, you like to do specifically with Mikey?
Um. Well, he likes to go to the movies. I like to go to movies with him when it's
Oh,
like a not just any. It's got to be animated movie.
okay.
Typically, he's not
Yeah.
into live action too much. So animated movie with music, he just loves it and he has a blast.
Wow.
Um, in the winter, he does adaptive skiing, and I love to do that. I don't actually
Really?
ski with him, but I watch him,
Does
and
he
he
do
just loves it.
Cannonsburg?
Yeah, yep,
Whoa.
yeah, yeah. They just finished that up last Tuesday was the last night for that.
Oh
So
my gosh. I've
yeah,
seen that, and it's just like, I'm kind of scared. Yeah. Like, it's a lot of trust I'm putting in these people.
it is. Yeah, and most of the people that like his helpers have always been like pre-med or pre-therapy students, who are
Yeah.
kind of in that field already.
Okay.
But yeah, yeah, it's pretty cool. What else do we like to do together? Used to be, we used to go to Steak and Shake a lot together. I think they closed down now, but that was me and
Oh,
Mikey's place to go.
okay.
Um, when we're at home, he doesn't like to do much. He likes to just sit there and
Yeah.
watch videos. But if I can get him out of the house,
Yeah.
um, it's a good time. He likes to ice skate, and
Oh,
that's
I
always
love
fun.
that.
Yeah, yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
That's great. Man. Man, that's so good. I'm just so encouraged by you and how you just the way you're an incredible dad. It's encouraging to me. Um, what was I gonna say? I just had a little brain fart here. Yeah, that's what it was. You and Melissa, I feel like, are such a great team. From what I've seen, obviously, I haven't known you for double digit years, but the time that I've known you, I really feel like you guys, man, you guys work so well together. We've gone out to eat, which was so much fun, and just to see you guys interact, like, you make her laugh and roll her eyes, like, that's so good.
More rolling the eyes than laughing, but yeah, yeah.
Right. But what is it? What is it that makes you guys such a great team? If you had to come up with a couple of things.
I think one of the things is we're there for each other. It's if I'm having a terrible day, she's not. We never both are having a horrible time at the same time. So
Oh, that's
someone's
cool.
always there to lift the other one up.
Yeah, I like that.
Sometimes I don't want to let her lift me up. I want to sit in the mud where I am, but
Yeah, that's
um,
a good guy response.
yeah.
I'm fine.
But we've been through it together, and we know we can count on each other.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, man. You guys have been through it.
Oh yeah.
And it's not something that's been, like, short term. It's You guys have been through it for years,
Yeah.
which I think, again, speaks to, you know your the way you guys are interacting. It makes you such a great team. So I appreciate that, and I hope you know that I I see that and notice it, and it's so encouraging for me. I just love that about you guys. What is it that keeps you going? You as in you, my friend Dan.
Yeah.
On like the hardest days when maybe you've had a week where nothing's been going how it's supposed to be going. Mikey's in a bad, like if you just were to picture the toughest weeks that you've had,
Hmm.
what is it that keeps you going to the next day?
Well, first of all, I don't know if it's first of all, but just the fact that Mikey needs me. I'm
Hmm.
not allowed to quit. I can't. That's not an option. I can't
Yeah.
just not do it. Um, but really, what just gets me through it is just the knowledge of the fact that God's got this. Things aren't gonna stay the way it is right now. Someday, things are gonna be perfect, and that's gonna be awesome.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna look back on this and go, whatever. Look at what we have now.
Right.
So that really gets me through. And I know that, you know, even in the good times, I know there'll be some bad ones coming. But during the bad times, I know that it's not gonna last forever.
Yeah.
Um, there's good times down the road. I just gotta be patient, and it always happens.
Right. Right.
Bad times don't last forever. So
Yeah.
I guess I mean, but without Jesus in my life, I'm not sure I could get through it. As a matter of fact, I'm pretty sure I could. So
Yeah. No, for sure. What have you struggled with your faith at all during this like journey with Mikey and autism and
oddly enough, I haven't. Um, Not really. I mean, there's been moments where
yeah,
there's a little bit of doubt from time to time. Um,
right. Mm.
but no, because he's come so far. I see God's hand in his life. I mean, he does things, and I can't even think. Nothing comes to mind at this moment. But he does things now where 10 years ago I would have said, no, he's never going to be able to do that.
Oh, really?
And he can now. And
Yeah.
um, you
Yeah.
know, I gotta tell this story if you don't mind.
Do
Um,
it.
Melissa was talking to him in bed one night. I forget where but she was putting him to bed one night. I wasn't home, and she was praying with him. And then she said something to him. Do you pray to Jesus in your own head? And he says yes. Well, sometimes he just says yes. You don't know if he means it or
Okay.
not.
Yeah.
And does Jesus talk to you inside your head? He says yes. She says, what does he say? And a typical Mikey response would be yes, or love, or, but he said, I'm near. I'm like,
Whoa.
whoa. So I know he's heard that, and he hasn't heard it from me. And he mimics a lot of what he hears from videos and stuff.
Yeah.
It's kind of how he communicates at times, but
Wow.
as far as me or Melissa know, he's never watched a video or anything where it says that Jesus says, I'm near. So he
That
knows.
is
Yeah,
wild.
yeah. And it's moments like that geez, I'm getting
Yeah.
choked up talking about it. It's moments like that that get us through. They get me through.
Yeah,
You know.
I think that's so powerful. I
Yeah.
mean, you think about your situation and the fact that he responded in the way he did with saying I'm near is just like, I mean, that like we all long to hear that, you
Yeah.
know? And
Yeah.
we can go to God and we can ask him that, and Mikey's hearing that. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I didn't know you were going to tell that story.
And
Gosh. Wow.
that
Wow.
was just maybe not even a month ago that happened.
Really.
Yeah.
That's incredible. I
Yeah.
was somehow heaven came up with within our family,
Hmm.
and my daughter, uh, my oldest daughter said, what do you think Briella's gonna be like in heaven? And it's like, it makes it like really makes you like excited and kind of question though, too. It's like I don't know. I mean, she's gonna be perfect like we are, and she's like, am I gonna recognize her? Is she gonna know who I am? It's like,
Hmm.
ah, like it's all so exciting, but when you have your faith in Jesus, you can have that certainty that comes with that there
Yeah.
is gonna be a day, like you said, where, man, we're all gonna be healed. There's gonna be no
Yeah.
more pain. There's gonna be no more tears. And that is sometimes that's what you need to remember to keep going, because that's not what it's like here on
Yeah.
earth. Like, it's hard to imagine that it is temporary.
Yeah.
Um, but man, that's a good story. I like it. What is I'm gonna jump all over now. I got
Yeah.
a bunch of I got some like some questions that I was thinking through. What is something that over the years that has surprised you about autism? Because
Hmm.
I mean, like, again, like, this is over 20 years
Yeah.
of autism, and some people are just learning about it, and some people only have experiences over here, and you've got this depth of knowledge. I'm just curious if there's anything that's ever, surprised you or that you've learned over the years.
I guess the most surprising since the day he was diagnosed till today is what a wide spectrum it is of autism and how every single child is a little bit different.
Yeah.
And when he was first diagnosed, I honestly wondered, well, I wonder how long we'll have to deal with this until we
Oh.
get rid of it somehow or whatever.
Oh,
And
interesting. Okay.
that's not gonna happen. That doesn't
Yeah.
surprise me anymore, but not on Earth. Who knows? Never say never, but that's not something I'm planning on.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, wow. Okay. That's
um,
a
but yeah,
wow.
I mean, when he was first diagnosed, 20, 21 years ago. Well, that's a long time. Yeah, I didn't have a clue about autism. I had all I my all I thought of was the movie Rain Man. Oh, that's
Oh,
autism. And
okay.
I took him to the casino, and he can't do any of that. No, I'm kidding.
We've tried it. It doesn't work. You stop it. All right. So now that um now that you've had 21 years, like you've said, of autism, what would you tell this is an interesting question. I don't know how I would answer it. That's why I
Hmm.
like to ask questions like this, because I don't have to answer them. It's great.
Sure.
But what would you tell yourself, knowing what you know now, um, on the day of your diagnosis? Because if you go back to it, I remember you saying you were like pissed, you had the anger,
Yeah.
you punched a hole in the wall,
Yeah.
and all the questions you had and uncertainty. Knowing what you know now, what would you tell yourself on the
You
day
know,
on that day?
I would tell myself that life is still good. That
Oh, man.
there's still pleasure to be had. There's still good times.
Mm, I like that.
Life is still, for me, most of the time, it's still about God's kingdom. It's not about autism.
Yeah.
Um, Autism is part of it, but it's not my entire life. It doesn't consume me. Um,
Hmm.
so, yeah, I would just tell myself that, yeah, it's going to suck. sometimes, and sometimes it's going to be great. Hold on to the great times, you know.
Yeah.
I've learned through the years to really appreciate the good times and
Mm,
the little, just the little good things that happen along the way are awesome. It's just awesome. It just makes you be thankful for those
for
good
sure.
times.
Yeah, for sure. Man. All right. What about this question? I like to ask this because being dads, we're not great at saying like, "Hey, I'm struggling right now," or "I'm not doing okay." We like to default and say, "I'm fine. I don't I don't need any I don't need anything. I don't need to talk to anybody. I'm good. I'm friends." Um, what would you say to a dad who is just down, discouraged, really just beat up about their diagnosis? Doesn't necessarily have to be specifically autism, but they
Yeah.
have a child with some disabilities. How would you encourage them when they're just like they feel like they're just stuck?
You know, it kind of goes along with what I was just saying about what I've learned and how I get through. I would just tell them there's gonna be good times. There's gonna
Yeah.
be times that suck, and there's gonna be a lot of them. But there's gonna be a lot of times that are sorry.
Yeah.
But there's gonna be a lot of good times too. There's gonna be joy. There's still joy in your life. There's still gonna be joy in your life.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know,
I like that.
and there's a community of people out here that care for you and love you and want to walk with you through this.
Right.
You know.
Yeah, I think you're right though. I think if I were to think through like those those first weeks where you get like that diagnosis, you know, you're like, "Oh my gosh, like life is going to be miserable."
Yeah.
And is life going to be hard? Well, duh. Like
Yeah.
I mean, you don't need a diagnosis for life to be hard.
Yeah. Exactly.
you know, um but man, I can't imagine doing life without, my youngest daughter, and I'm sure you can relate, like all the things
Yeah.
Mikey has taught you over the years, or
Yeah.
has surprised you with, or has given you a glimpse into like the character of God, and seeing that. It's just incredible where you might not get that when things are totally comfortable and easy and there's no issues whatsoever.
Yeah.
But man, I love that it's still good. It's still good.
Yeah.
That's such a good
For
that's such a
sure.
good answer.
You
Wow.
know, but I don't think I could say that without the Lord in my life. I don't know
Yeah.
if I would have. I don't I don't think I could find any joy.
Mm,
You know, I
right.
don't know. Just well, He's our source, right, for joy.
Yeah.
So
That's what I think.
yeah,
But well, Dan, I'm so thankful you decided to do this podcast. I think it's going to be encouraging for a lot of dads. And I appreciate you getting over to a McDonald's and making this happen. I
uh-huh.
love it. I'm really excited about the response that these dads are going to have that are listening to it.
Well, I'm glad you asked me to do it. Wasn't half as painful as I thought it was going to be. So
Yes, I like that. I'm going to put that in. That's going to be my slogan.
there you go. Not
It's,
half as painful as you think.
that's right. Oh my gosh. Well, I'm thankful for your friendship. It's been great getting to know you, and obviously we're not done. We're still getting to know each other. We have a
Oh
lot
yeah.
lot to go, and I'm excited about that. But yeah, really really excited for you to be on this. Thanks so much.
Yeah, of course. Thank you.